What we say, especially in the interviews and to new employees, is that you're saving lives every time you make a call.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Homepage Network. I'm Rachel Smith. Today's broadcast feature is taken from a recent Rotary meeting held on Thursday, April 8th. Homepage President and Rotary member John Vogt asked McKenzie Frank, the Director of Finance and Human Resources with PRSM Healthcare, to come and share about the organization and their need for employees. PRSM is one of our newest advertisers here at the Homepage Network and is currently the fastest growing employer in our region under the leadership of their founder and CEO, Jason Gehman. McKenzie Frank graduated from Mansfield University in 2016 with a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in management. In 2020, she graduated from Villanova University with a master's degree in human resource development and received an organizational behavior certification as well. McKenzie also runs Kennedy Consulting Services, a local consulting agency she started this year, which provides job seekers with expert advice on building and editing resumes, cover letters, and social media platforms.
She has a heart for the Lord, she has a heart for people, and she has a heart for our community at large. And I would like you to join me as we welcome McKenzie Frank. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you all for having me here today. I'm very excited to speak a little bit about PRSM and what the last couple years have looked like for us and what we hope it'll look like moving forward. So PRSM started over 10 years ago. It originally was called North Voice Communications. So Jason Gehman, he's originally from Knoxville, Westfield area. He had a pallet mill, and if you know Jason, he is a serial entrepreneur. So any business idea, any new venture that he thinks of, he loves to put it into place, put it into action, and get it running. So he renovated part of his pallet mill and put a call center in there. And the call center was called North Voice Communications. So North Voice worked for pretty much any client that we could. We sold little chicks. We would sell chicks and help people mail them. We worked for a couple different musicians. We worked for a bottle company. So when you picked up your water bottle, the number on that bottle, if you called, it would lead right to us. And we also worked for one healthcare organization. So after a couple years of kind of doing a little bit of everything and working in Knoxville, we decided to focus really on the healthcare industry. So Jason and his current partner at the time decided to form PRSM Healthcare, and that was 10 years ago. Actually, this month we celebrated our 10-year anniversary, which was very exciting for us and really brought a lot of hope for what we can be in the future. So we formed PRSM Healthcare and moved to Wellsboro about 3 years ago at this point. We're located on Buena Vista Street, where the old ice cream shop used to be, and we are a medical scheduling center. So when people come for ice cream and they realize we want to schedule their colonoscopy, they're just not as excited anymore. They don't want to stick around. But so we work on behalf of different gastroenterologists around the nation. We have clients in North Carolina, Nashville, Florida, kind of all over the place, none currently in Pennsylvania. So all in all, we work for about 200 physicians, filling their schedules and their calendars with different GI appointments. So we schedule mostly colonoscopies, but we also schedule upper endoscopies, flexible sigmoidoscopies, anything that's GI related, we will schedule. And we really work hand in hand with the client that we're working for. So one of my patient support reps would reach out to you to let you know that you're due for your colonoscopy. They'd be calling on behalf of the practice. You wouldn't even really know that PRSM was calling you. We want it to be a comfortable experience for the patient. We want to make sure that they feel safe and they feel like they're in good hands. So we know all of the details about the practice down to directions. We let them know that it's on the corner of such and such street, right by this bank. We really want them to feel like they're in good hands and they're with their trusting doctor. So once we call them and get them scheduled, hopefully that patient is able to come for that procedure. And once they do, PRSM has done its job. Our main goal, our main focus is saving lives by preventative screening. So colon cancer is, I think, one of the top 3 leading cancers that causes death between men and women. And it's not one that we find is overly talked about. Something that I do in all of the interviews is give some colon cancer facts so that I can do a mock call with the candidate. And every time they're just blown away about how prevalent colon cancer is and how much it's affecting people, and it's not a cancer that's really talked about a whole lot. So it's always fun to bring those facts about, and people are just blown away by how common it is and how important it is to get preventative screening. So if you go to the doctor, you usually go after you show symptoms. You have a cold, you have a sore throat, that's when you go to the doctor. But with colon cancer specifically, once you are showing symptoms, it's a little bit too late. So it's really preventative. It's about going before the symptoms start, before you start to feel unwell. And that's really how we get our patients to schedule. Like I said, nobody really wants a colonoscopy. No one's excited for it. But once we are able to educate them a little bit and let them know how important it is, we usually can convince them to schedule. So it's really important. It's a funny little business to be in Wellsboro, especially with the amount of doctors we work for and where they are. We are working, like I said, for 200 physicians all around the nation. So whenever people hear that we're here in Wellsboro, they're surprised and just kind of wonder what we do. We're the little business up on the hill, and we're really trying to get our name out there and let people know that we're hiring and we're growing. So after we schedule the appointments, the patient shows up, we've done our job, that recall is completed. We just continue to make calls, continue to schedule patients. So we contact thousands of patients a day, we schedule tens of thousands a year, and we do that all right remotely. So everything we do is over the phone. We remotely access all of our patients' chart information. We have remote meetings with our clients. So it's really a great place to work if you want to be in the healthcare industry and want to have that patient interaction, but don't really want to be face-to-face, or maybe you don't want to go into nursing or something like that. So about 2 years ago when I came on, I noticed that we were really struggling to kind of gain and keep employees. I also noticed at that same time that people in Tioga County, especially Wellsboro, were struggling to find meaningful employment that they could make a career. So we kind of revamped what that looked like at PRSM, and one of the things I'm really proud of is our barrier to entry is very, very low. You don't need a college degree, you don't even need a high school diploma, you just need to have a positive attitude, and with the on-site training that we offer, you'll be a scheduler in no time. So if you come in with a little bit of customer experience, that's great. Again, not necessary. And we'll train you to do everything from phone etiquette to learn HIPAA, learning how to talk to your patients, learning how to actually schedule within the physician's calendar, and we can teach everyone that. So I love that we're able to offer positions and jobs to people who might not be able to get them otherwise, or might not think that they can have a career in the healthcare industry. And we promote almost solely from within, so very rarely do we have to look outside of PRSM to promote. Our Director of Operations, Anne-Marie Weeder, started as a patient support rep, which is someone who's just calling patients 8 years ago. She got promoted to manager and supervisor, and now she's our Director of Operations and does a wonderful job. So we really are trying to take our employees, take new hires, and educate them and train them and just show them that they have a career here and they can stay in Wellsboro, stay with PRSM, and it will be meaningful to them and to us. So we currently have about 50 employees, and we're expanding. I'm looking to hire 10 more in a couple weeks. So we really have enough work to just continually hire, until we want to stop working, basically. The gastro field is a lot different than it used to look like. So before, it was small private practices kind of scattered around. So it was Dr. such and such, Dr. such and such. But now larger organizations are coming and purchasing those smaller practices. We work for a large organization now who's buying pretty much every private practice that they can and turning it into their company, which means that our growth potential has just exploded substantially. It's not us having to sell anymore. Our clients are selling for us, which is great. And with the new contracts that we've created and helped lock those companies in, our growth is not going to stop. So we're making some big moves this year, which is really exciting. We're looking to expand from where we are and build a new facility, which will house hopefully 150 to 250 people with room for expansion. Like I said, everything is remote, so you don't have to travel. You can come right to PRSM. This year we, because of COVID, explored working remotely, so that's something that we could always explore in the future as well. But really, I'm super passionate about finding people in Wellsboro and beyond and just letting them know that they can have a career with us and that it's a meaningful career. We focus a lot on culture at PRSM, so it's part of our mission, our vision statement is the employee comes first, then the patient, and then the client. And we found that if we treat our employees really well, they work better. So a patient is going to know if the employee is unhappy. They're going to sense it in their tone. They're going to sense it in their answers. You're not going to want to schedule an appointment that you already don't want to schedule with someone who is unhappy over the phone. So if we can treat our employees well, if we can reward them, offer them advancement opportunities, they're going to do their best. They're going to go above and beyond to make sure those patients are scheduled, which is what keeps PRSM running. So it's a really exciting time for us. I'm looking for as many employees as I can, so we'll be hosting more interviews. We have gone to a couple job fairs, did a couple open interviews, and like I said, the barrier to entry is really, really low. So anyone can come work at PRSM, and we have a huge diverse staff there, and it is really wonderful to see the different people that have come together and work as a team and work as a family. For me, it's a new experience. Everywhere I've worked before this, it was said to have a family culture, but it just was hard to find. And at PRSM, I've really found that everyone there truly values each other, cares about each other, cares about our success and our growth. So it's been really wonderful, and I think that we're just going to continue to grow and get new clients, get new patients, and add to our staff. So at this time, like I said, we have about 50 employees. By the time, hopefully, that our new facility is built, we'll probably have about 100, and then we'll just expand from there. So we bought a little house at the edge of our property to convert into another training facility, and that's full. We're full at our main building, so we're really just kind of busting at the seams and waiting to get a new facility that we can grow into, which is really exciting for us. And it's a great organization. What we say, especially in the interviews and to new employees, is that you're saving lives. Every time you make a call, every time you get someone to schedule, they're getting preventatively screened. So any colon cancer, any polyp, anything like that is found, and hopefully found in time that the difference is made. So it's a great organization. Jason Gehman, like John said, is the founder and CEO. He lives in Wellsboro now, but he did start it in Knoxville where he lived then. And it's grown. It's doubled, if not tripled, in the 2 years that I've been here. And we just keep growing, making sure that we're growing smart. We don't want to fail just because we're succeeding, but we don't have any plans of stopping, and we're really hoping to be able to offer people in Tioga County fantastic jobs with good pay and good benefits and just a really good place to work. So thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you are interested in pursuing a career at PRSM Healthcare, please contact McKenzie Frank at 800-341-5839. Thanks for joining us today on the Homepage Network. I'm Rachel Smith.